Welcome back to Pioneer Park on the campus of Tusculum University in Greenville, Tennessee for South Atlantic Conference baseball action. It's Game 2 of our doubleheader between the Limestone Saints and the Tusculum Pioneers. I'm Jim Miller. I'm glad to be with you for Game 2 of our doubleheader. Tusculum winning the opener 18-8 as Dalton Martin went 4 for 4 with a 2-run home run, a 3-run triple, and a grand slam, and 9 RBIs to tie the school's single-game record. And the Pioneers winning that first game by run rule by a score of 18-8. They'll try and make it a sweep of this doubleheader this afternoon in Game 2 as Nick Flesher will take the mound for the Pioneers to be opposed by Eric Mullinex for Limestone. The starting lineups for Game number 2 for Limestone leading off is the shortstop Trace Wetzel. Josh Evans in center field bats second. Benjamin Huber at first base hits third. Alex Cornell, the left fielder, hits fourth. Brian Forbes in right field hits fifth. Dylan Shugan, the designated hitter, batting sixth. Devin Candy at third base hits seventh. Ryan Farkas will get the start behind the plate in Game 2, batting eighth, and Kyle Rayner, the second baseman, hits ninth for Limestone, who has a record of 14-19 overall, 12-16 in the South Atlantic Conference. For Tusculum, they'll also go with almost exactly the same lineup. It'll be Dalton Martin leading off at second base, Bryson Ford at third base hits second, Brandon Trammell in right field hits third, Dalen Adderley, the shortstop, bats fourth, Zane Keener in center field hits fifth, Murphy Flood, the left fielder, bats sixth. Lewis Ezra at first base hits seventh. Trey Hinton, the designated hitter in Game 2, batting eighth. And Chase Willenweber, the catcher, bats ninth for the Pioneers. The record of 26-9 overall, 22-7 in the South Atlantic Conference. Today's starting pitchers for Limestone, they will go with the right-hander Eric Mullinex. Mullinex, a record of 1-2, making his eighth start of the season, a 6.44 earned run average. While Tusculum would be Nick Flesher, a 3-0 record, and a 6.41 earned run average. Mullinex did win his last start, which was last Sunday against Lenore Rhine, a 6-1 victory. He went 8 innings, allowed 1 run on 8 hits to get the win. Meanwhile, Flesher got the start last weekend in Game 2 of the doubleheader against Carson Newman on Sunday in his normal spot as the number 2 pitcher in the rotation. And Tusculum winning that game by a score of 5-3. As Flesher did not figure in the decision, he went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 7 hits and 3 runs. And Justin Parker wound up getting the win in relief as the Pioneers scored single runs in the 8th and 9th inning to break a 3-3 tie and get the win. Sunshine out here at Pioneer Park for Game 2 of our doubleheader this afternoon. Glad you could join us along the Pioneer Sports Network. Elsewhere in the South Atlantic Conference today, Carson Newman beat Coker 3-1 in Game 1 of their doubleheader. Newberry and Lenore Rhine, they're still playing Game 1. It's in the bottom of the 11th. Newberry leads at 6-3 in the bottom of the 11th. As the teams took a 3-3 tie from the 5th inning all the way into the 11th. And I'm trying to see how Newberry got their 3 runs in the top of the 11th to take the lead. They did so. A 2-run single was a big hit in that inning. A bases loaded walk as well. So they kind of pieced together an inning. And they lead at 6-3 in the bottom of the 11th. Newberry leads Lenore Rhine. Mars Hill beat UVA Wise 15-1 in Game 1 of their doubleheader. Catawba beat Anderson 3-1 in Game 1 of that doubleheader. So the conference standings, Catawba is now 23-6, Tusculum at 22-7. If Catawba wins Game 2, which is underway, there's no score in the bottom of the first inning. If Catawba wins that second game, they will be the number 1 seed in the SAC tournament, as Pioneers will be unable to catch them in winning percentage. Wingate's done at 20-10. A Tusculum win here in Game 2 would clinch at least second place. So the Pioneers very well could go into tomorrow's game knowing that they're going to be the number 2 seed. Depending on what happens here in Game number 2 of this doubleheader. Limestone still trying to work their way into the field. Anderson losing Game 1 of their doubleheader helps. they're going to need a little bit more help from Catawba. If Anderson loses game 2, and also depending on what Mars Hill does this weekend. So we could go into tomorrow trying to decide who's going to get those spots 6, 7, and 8. And Newberry has beaten Lenore-Rhyne. That is a final in 11 innings, 6-3. So Newberry gets a big win, moves to 17 and 8 in the conference. Lenore-Rhyne drops to 18 and 11. They'll need to watch out over their shoulders because Carson Newman's sneaking up behind them. Carson Newman leads Coker 4-3 in game 2 of that doubleheader. In softball action this afternoon across campus, Newberry leads Tusculum 10-4 in the bottom of the 7th inning in game 1 of that doubleheader. And the big news today for Tusculum supporters is the fact that the men's tennis team has won the South Atlantic Conference Championship. The Pioneers defeated Anderson 4-1 to get the victory in the SAC Championship. Tusculum's first South Atlantic Conference tournament title since 2008. The Pioneers will be off to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 13 years as they win the doubles point and then win 3 out of the 4 singles matches. Leon Huck got the clinching point for the Pioneers, who, congratulations, Coach Adam Jackson and his team for a fantastic season and great finishing run. And they were able to finish it off and win the SAC championship title. So game 2 about to start in just a couple moments. We're waiting on our umpires. Game 1 ended right at 4 o'clock. We're going on 40 minutes between games here. But hey, it's a beautiful afternoon at the ballpark. The Pioneers will try and turn to their senior lefty, Nick Flesher, to try and get the sweep of this twin bill. Elsewhere today in baseball, and Carson Newman leads Coker 4-3 in the 5th inning in game 2 of that doubleheader. UVA Wise and Mars Hill underway in game 2 also. As the umpires are making their way in, so that's a good sign. They're scheduled for a 5 o'clock start. Hey, start 15 minutes early. That's fine by just about everybody here in this ballpark today. As the respective coaches, Brandon Steele for Tusculum, Chris Wiley for Limestone will meet at the plate for the conference. Molyneux, just a freshman, getting the start today for Limestone, but he's been one of their better starting pitchers this season. Molyneux, or I'm sorry, did I call him a freshman? He's a grad student. That's about as polar opposite as you can get. Molyneux is a grad student, 6 foot, 190 pounds, out of Greenville, South Carolina. So Limestone has now lost 3 in a row. Tusculum had a loss on Wednesday, but then they've won 4 conference games in a row. And the plate meeting is complete, and we'll have the teams taking the field here in just a few moments. First pitch should be coming approximately 4:45. It's currently 59 degrees. With that sun out now, we might touch 60. Wind is light. And there is no chance of rain in the forecast. Tomorrow's doubleheader will start at 1 o'clock. We'll have video coverage for you on the Pioneer Sports Network, and then it's off to the South Atlantic Conference Tournament, which will get underway on Thursday with the play-in games, and then the double elimination portion will begin on Friday at Smoky Stadium in Kodak, Tennessee. They've hosted that tournament now for a few years and always do a great job over there. Then the NCAA regionals don't start for another month. May 27th is the start of the NCAA baseball regionals. I think they pushed them back a little bit this year because of giving the teams in the north a chance to get a season in, because a lot of them had put their spring seasons on hold and give them a chance to get the number of games in. Tusculum, they're going to get 38 regular season games in, and then whatever they get in the SAC tournament as well. So, there's going to be a lot of downtime between the end of the SAC tournament and whoever qualifies for the regional. And the Pioneers take the field behind lefty Nick Flesher. The numbers on Flesher this season: he's 3-0. He's making his 9th start of the year. 6.41 earned run average, 39 in the third innings, 52 hits, 28 earned runs. He's walked 18, struck out 33, and opponents that are hitting .317 against Flesher. A 6-foot, 185-pound senior from Meridian, Idaho, by way of southeastern Louisiana. Flesher in his Tusculum career is a 6-1 record, a 5.35 ERA. This is his 15th career start in 2 seasons at Tusculum. His wins this season coming against UVA Wise on February 26th. He went 6 innings, allowed 3 hits, and a 16-6 victory. Then at Mars Hill on March the 6th, he got the win, 6 innings, 10 hits, and a 16-8 win. Another win at Anderson on April 2nd, 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, and a 14-6 victory. So the common thread there is the team has scored a lot of runs when he's been pitching. 16, 16, 16, 12, 4, 8, 14, and 5. Offense is never really a question when it comes to the Pioneers. It'll be Flesher to give it a go this afternoon in game number 2 of our doubleheader. Rich Behrens moves behind the plate to call balls and strikes. Chris Hammett will be on the bases.
Leading off for Limestone to begin today's second game is the shortstop, number 1, Trace Wetzel.
Trace Wetzel will lead off for Limestone. Wetzel hitting .291, 4 home runs, 22 RBIs. In game 1, he was 2 for 3 with a run scored and an RBI. So Flesher's ready to go here, and so are the Pioneers. First pitch will be right around 4:45. And will be delivered here by the lefty, Nick Flesher. It is outside for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes the count to Trace Wetzel. Wetzel is a grad student, 6'2", 270 pounds, out of Gilbert, South Carolina, and he takes that one for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Trace Wetzel. Flesher winds a 1-1 pitch in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Two and 1 the count. The windup in the pitch. Foul tip back to the backstop, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count to Wetzel. He'll be followed by Evans and Huber here in the first inning. 2-2 pitch. Line to center field. Drifting back on it is the center fielder Keener, and he'll make the catch for the first out. Almost similar to the ball he hit to lead off the game in game 1. Well, that one was a little bit further than this one was. Josh Evans, the center fielder, comes to the plate. Evans had a good first game. He was 3 for 3. Scored 2 runs. Now batting .371 this season with a home run, 17 runs batted in. Evans, the grad student from Indian Land, South Carolina. He takes that one for a ball. The 1-0 pitch coming from Flesher is there for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Josh Evans. So the line foul down the right side. And the count is 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Josh Evans. Flesher with the wind and the pitch. Chopped to short. Big hop. Adderley grabs it, but he's not going to have a play as that ball hit the lip of the infield and took a big hop on Adderley. He did well to knock it to grab it, but he had no chance on Evans, who gets an infield single. He's now 4 for 4 on the afternoon.
First baseman number 27, Benjamin Huber.
Benjamin Huber will bat. Huber in Game 1 was 2 for 3 with a triple and a home run and 3 RBIs. Now up to 442 this season, leads the Southland Conference in batting. 9 home runs and 45 runs batted in. The first pitch is there for a strike. One strike to count to Huber. Line foul over the Tusculum dugout. No balls and 2 strikes to count to Huber. Throw over to first, and back safely is Evans, who's still on 10 bases without being caught. Line to second, caught by Martin, throw to first, easy double play. Evans strays off the bag, and he's out at first to be doubled off on the line drive off the bat of Huber. That'll do it for the top of the first inning. No runs a hit and nobody left. End of the half inning, it's Limestone nothing. Tusculum coming to bat on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
Bottom of the first inning here at Pioneer Park. It'll be Dalton Martin leading off for the Pioneers. All Martin did in Game 1 was go 4 for 4 with a triple, 2 homers, and 9 runs batted in to tie the school's single-game record. He had a grand slam, a 2-run homer, and a 3-run triple, boosting his average to 336. First pitch is there for a strike. Martin now with 9 home runs this season, 42 runs batted in. Facing Eric Molinax, a grad student out of Greenville, South Carolina, making his 8th start of the season, 10th appearance overall. Martin shoots one to the left side, a base hit. Martin keeps his hot streak alive as he gets a leadoff single off of Molinax. Molinax this season making his 8th start, 43 and a third innings, 57 hits, 31 earned runs, 17 walks, 26 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .317 against Eric Molinax, who has a 1-2 record and a 6.44 earned run average. His last start, he worked 130 pitches over 8 innings against Lenore Ryan in a 6-1 victory. He gave up 8 hits, 1 run, struck out 4, didn't walk a batter for his first win of the season. He'll face Bryson Ford, who was 1 for 3 in Game 1, now hitting .341. First pitch is high for a ball, 1-0. Martin now 4th in the conference in RBIs with 42 and 5th in home runs with 9. Tied with Huber. This one is hit to short, might be 2. Wetzel bobbles it, and he's not going to get anybody. Looked like a possible double play ball off the bat, and at least a force, but Wetzel bobbled it, and everybody's safe. It'll be an error, and Ford is on at first on the fielder's choice. So 2 on and nobody out for the right fielder, Brandon Trammell. Trammell was 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored in Game 1, now hitting .386. He's 5th in the conference in hitting. 12 home runs and 53 runs batted in. Both lead the conference. The first pitch to Trammell is a breaking ball in there for a strike. Becker's win in Game 1, his 7th of the season. He's now tied for the conference lead in victories with 7. It wasn't pretty as he gave up 8 runs in 5 innings. Pitch to Trammell is low in the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Check that. It's a 1-1 count on Trammell. 1 ball and 1 strike. Rayner, the second baseman, playing all the way in shallow right field. Low and in, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Trammell. Two-one pitch, low and in, 3-1. Three balls and 1 strike to count. This one is chopped to first. Great diving stop by Huber. He'll get the out at first base. The runners will move up, but Huber saved big trouble as he came up with that ground ball off the bat of Trammell for the first out.
The shortstop, number 1, Dalen Adderley.
And now at the plate will be Dalen Adderley, the shortstop. Adderley was 0 for 4 in Game 1. That one is off the glove of the catcher. Trying to score is Martin, and he will, as not covering the plate was Molinax. And Martin scores the run. It'll be a passed ball against the catcher Farkas, allowing Martin to score and Ford to take third. Adderley now hitting .348 this season, 5 home runs, 15 runs batted in. That one's in the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. This one is driven to left field. back and looking up, and it's off the wall on the bounce. Cornell feels it. He'll wing it into second base, and Adderley has a double and an RBI, and the Pioneers lead it 2-0. I said after Adderley struck out for the third time in game one, I said, just stick with it. He'll get it. And he did as he lined that one off the base of the fence, and Ford scores easily. And the Pioneers lead it 2-0. Adderley's third double of the season, his 16th run batted in. And Zane Keener will bat for the Pioneers. Keener hitting .273 with 3 home runs and 18 runs batted in. First pitch to him is taken for a strike. One strike to count to Zane Keener, the freshman from Knoxville. Time is called. Stretch by Mullinax. The 0-1 pitch. There for a strike, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch to Keener is high, 1-2. One and two the count to Zane Keener. Mullinax delivers. Line foul down the right side, out of play. One and two the count in the pitch. Breaking ball is popped up into shallow left field. Cornell is in. He camps under it, makes the catch for the second out. Retreating to second base will be Adderley, and there's 2 down here in the first. Murphy Flood, the left fielder, comes to the plate. Flood was 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored in game 1. He's now batting .314 with a home run and 19 runs batted in. Mullinax. Adderley getting a huge lead at second, and the pitch is popped foul. It'll go out of play, 1 strike. Adderley was about a third of the way to third base. Rayner, it was assigned to keep him close, but Adderley was being ambitious out there. Adderley does have 4 stolen bases this season. Set from Mullinax in the pitch. Swung and missed on a pitch in the dirt. 0-2. Nothing in 2 the count to Flood. The 0-2 pitch is taken for a ball, 1-2. One and two the count to Flood. Pitch. Cued, foul down the first baseline. 1 ball and 2 strikes, the count to Murphy Flood. The pitch. Fouled away, out of play, down the right side towards the Tusculum bullpen. Actually, will land in the seating area. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 to Flood, the pitch. Again hit foul right side. And the count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now Mullinax will turn and chase Adderley back towards second. Hit foul again towards the Tusculum dugout. Still 1 and 2. So Flood making Mullinax work in the first inning. One ball and 2 strikes. Again hit foul. To add up the number of pitches after this at bat is complete to see exactly how hard Flood has made Mullinax work. This one is hit fair down the first baseline past Huber. Coming around to score is Adderley, and the ball is bobbled out there in right field by Forbes, allowing Flood to move to second. The Pioneers lead it 3-0. As Flood comes through with the RBI hit. His 20th RBI of the season.
First baseman, Louis Ezra.
So 3-0 Tusculum. It is an error on the right fielder, Forbes, allowing Flood to take second. It is an RBI single after 5 straight foul balls. Pitch from Mullinax is taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. To Louis Ezra, the first baseman, hitting .278, 2 home runs, 20 runs batted in. 1-0 pitch to Ezra is fouled away, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Ezra. Lofted to left field. Cornell backs up, and he'll make the catch, and the inning is over. For Tusculum in the first, though, 3 runs, 3 hits. There were 2 errors, and 1 left on base. After 1 in Game 2, it's Tusculum 3, Limestone nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all. I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
Top of the second inning with Tusculum leading by a score of 3-0. And stepping to the plate for Limestone will be the left fielder Alex Cornell. Cornell hitting .402 this season, 6 home runs, 32 RBIs. He was 0 for 2 in Game 1 with a run scored. Tusculum leading here 3-0 in the first inning, or in the top of the second inning after scoring 3 in the bottom of the first. It'll be Cornell, Forbes, and Shugan due up for the Saints here in the second inning as the first pitch from Nick Flesher is taken for a strike. One strike to count to Cornell. The windup and the 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a foul tip, strike one. The windup by Flesher, the 0-2 pitch. Inside 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Alex Cornell. This one is fouled away. Still 1-2. Cornell, a senior, 6'3", 215 pounds, out of Columbia, Connecticut. The 1-2 pitch is fouled away. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Cornell. Pitch. Cued foul towards the Limestone dugout. Still 1-2. Catawba leads Anderson 5-1 in the third inning in Game 2 of their doubleheader. The 1-2 pitch coming from Flesher is inside 2-2. Carson Newman leads Coker 7-3 in Game 2 of their doubleheader in the sixth inning. Flesher ready with the 2-2 to Cornell. Called strike 3. First strikeout for Flesher, one down here in the second. Brian Forbes, the right fielder, will bat. Forbes is 1 for 3 in Game 1 with a double. Forbes hitting .292 this season, 6 home runs, 27 runs batted in. First pitch is hit foul into the Limestone dugout, 1 strike. One strike to count to Forbes. The pitch is up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Big swing and a miss. 1-2 the count to Forbes. Wind up in the 1-2 pitch. Blooped into shallow left field. Adderley going back, and he makes the catch as he tumbles to the ground. Nice grab there by Dalen Adderley as he went back on that ball and made the leaping catch for the out. 2 down here in the second. Two up and 2 down here in the second. And the designated hitter will bat for Limestone, Dylan Shugan. Shugan was 1 for 2 with an RBI in game number 1 as he fouls that one to the screen, 1 strike. Strike 2. Nothing in 2 the count. Flesher's pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Flesher. A 1-2-3 second. And the Pioneers will take a 3-0 lead into the bottom of the second inning on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. Incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
Bottom of the second inning here at Pioneer Park, and it'll be Trey Hinton, the designated hitter, leading off for the Pioneers. Hinton making his first appearance of the day. Batting .292, no home runs, 9 runs batted in. For the grad student, actually list him as a senior, 5'10", 200 pounds out of Knoxville. It'll be Hinton, Wollenweber, and Martin here in the second inning against the right-hander for Limestone, Eric Mullinex, who gave up 3 runs in the first inning, 1 of them officially earned. The 0-1 pitch is lined towards left field. Cornell drifting back, still going, looking up. Oh, he hit a home run! Trey Hinton hit a home run! Trey Hinton hit a home run on senior day. His first career home run, and what a moment, and the bench loves it. Opposite field, Trey Hinton. What a great moment for the senior. Trey Hinton goes deep, and the Pioneers lead it 4-0. We always said he'd never hit one, and he just did. 1 ball and no strikes to count to Wollenweber. Opposite field, no less. Trey Hinton. The 1-0 pitch. Line fair down the left field line. It'll go to the corner. Wollenweber will take the turn as Cornell will have to dig it out of the corner, and Wollenweber will cruise into second base with a double. So a home run and a double. And the Pioneers in business here in the second inning. And now Dalton Martin will come to the plate. Martin singled and scored in the first inning. So Martin working on a perfect day. That pitch is in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know the count to Dalton Martin. Low and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Hinton in his career had 87 career hits before this. 16 of them were doubles, no triples, no home runs. And on senior day, as Martin with a half swing and a miss at 2-0. Two and 1 the count to Martin. 4-0 Tusculum here in the second. 2-1 pitch. Line to right field. Looking up is Forbes, and that one is gone. Another one for Dalton Martin. His 3rd home run of the day. Another 2-run home run for Martin, and the Pioneers lead it 6-0. Talk about having a senior day to remember. Dalton Martin has now hit 3 home runs in this doubleheader. He's knocked in 11 in the doubleheader. He's 6 for 6. And the Pioneers lead it 6-0. And Bryson Ford will come to the plate. Ford reached on a fielder's choice, an error, and wound up scoring in that first inning. And that one is low, 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know the count to Bryson Ford. The pitch. Low, 2 balls and no strikes. 6-0 Tusculum here in the second. The windup and the 2-0 pitch. Low, 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes to count to Ford. Mullinex with the wind, a 3-0 pitch. Outside corner for a strike. Ford was on his way to first, but he'll have to come on back. The 3-1 pitch is right there for a strike, 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes to Bryson Ford. The windup and the payoff pitch. Hit towards third, it is a foul ball. Just foul down the third baseline. Three balls and 2 strikes, the count holds to Bryson Ford. The windup and the 3-2 pitch. It hit him in the back. Ford hit for the 8th time this season. And he is a base runner here as the Pioneers have gone homer, double homer, hit by pitch. And Brandon Trammell, who leads all the South Atlantic Conference in home runs with 12, comes to the plate. He grounded out to first on a nice play by the first baseman, Huber. Stretch by Mullinax, and the first pitch as Ford goes. The pitch is a strike. The throw to second is not in time. And with that stolen base, Bryson Ford has become the Tusculum career leader in stolen bases with 52. And Ford gets the accolades as the bench immediately looking up to the press box, looking for the affirmation there for Ford's accomplishment. As Ford has now stolen 52 bases in his career. One as a freshman, 26 in 2019, 10 last year, and now 15 this year for 52. The 0-1 to Trammell is bounced foul at pass first. No balls and 2 strikes. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Brandon Trammell. Breaking ball outside 1-2. Trammell out of Knoxville, played at the University of Tennessee for a couple years. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Trammell. Mullinax checking the runner, and time is called. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Trammell. Now he needs a little attention here. Looks like he might have contact lens issue. Maybe. Yes. So he'll get that readjusted and go back to the plate. A 1 ball, 2 strike count. One and 2 the count to Trammell. Stretch by Mullinax. And the 1-2 pitch. Checked his swing, but he said he went. Wow. Trammell didn't think so. He can't believe it. It's 6-0. We'll just say that. He wants to hit, but those are tough ones. Adderley will bat. Adderley has doubled homer run in his only plate appearance. First pitch to him is taken for a strike. One strike the count to Dalen Adderley. Ford taking off for third, and the throw goes into left field, and Ford will score on the throwing error by the catcher. So Ford gets another stolen base. And it's a ball and a strike to Adderley as Tusculum now leads at 7-0. The 1-1 pitch from Mullinax is outside, 2 balls and a strike. Mullinax with the windup and the 2-1 delivery. Foul to the screen, 2-2. This pitch is swung on in the dirt for strike 3. And the throw down to first base by Farkas, the catcher, is in time for the out. That's only the second out of the inning. Yeah, they were running off the field like there was 3 outs. That was only 2. Because Zane Keener's like, it's my turn. I know it's been a long inning, but yeah, that was only I had to do a double take myself. That's only the second out. Keener flying out to left his first time up. That one's in there for a strike. The next one is low, 1 ball and 1 strike. One pitch, low 2-1. That one is high, 3 balls and a strike. Three and 1 the count to Zane Keener. In there for a strike, 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the second. Tusculum leading Limestone 7-0. Mullinax with a windup, the payoff pitch. Hit to second. Rayner has it to his right, and he'll throw to first in time for the out, and the inning is over. 2 home runs in the inning from Hinton and Martin. They've had 3 hits and nobody left on base. At the end of 2, it's Tusculum 7, Limestone nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Dear college sports,
there's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
We go to the top of the third inning with Tusculum leading Limestone 7-0. Jim Miller with you this afternoon here from Pioneer Park on the campus of Tusculum University on the Pioneer Sports Network. Glad you could join us today for baseball action. Tusculum leading Game 2 here 7-0 after winning Game 1 by a score of 18-8. It'll be the bottom third of the lineup for the Saints. Canty, Farkas, and Rayner to face Nick Flesher, who's retired 5 of the 6 batters he's faced, getting a double play ball to stay at the minimum. Devin Canty hitting .303 with a home run, 8 RBIs. He swings and misses at the first pitch for strike 1. Canty was 0 for 1 in Game 1 with a walk. And also hit by a pitch. Flesher, the 0-1 pitch. There for a strike, 0-2. The windup by Flesher in the 0-2 pitch. Popped up foul, and it's going to be out of play down the right side towards the Tusculum bullpen. And the count is still no balls and 2 strikes. This one is a short pop-up into right field. Martin giving chase, and he'll make the catch as Ezra gives way for the first out of the third inning. One down. It'll bring up the catcher, Ryan Farkas. Farkas hitting .267, his 13th start of the season. 1 home run, 7 runs batted in. Farkas is a sophomore, 6 foot 200 pounds, out of Huntersville, North Carolina. First pitch is taken for a strike. The next pitch is taken for a ball. One ball, 1 strike, the count to Farkas. Foul back to the screen. One and 2, the count to Farkas. Flesher's pitch is bounced to third. Ford cuts in front of Adderley. His throw across is in time for the out. 2 up, 2 down quickly here in the third. And it'll bring up the second baseman, Kyle Rayner. Rayner hitting .230, no home runs, 4 runs batted in. Rayner was 0 for 3 in Game 1. First pitch is on the outside corner for a strike. The next pitch is there for strike 2. Wind up the 0-2 pitch is lofted to right field. Tremble will come in on the jog and he'll make the catch. And the inning is over. Another 1-2-3 inning for Flesher, who's retired 7 straight. Middle of the third, it's Tusculum 7, Limestone nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network. We go to the bottom of the third inning, and left fielder Murphy Flood will lead off for the Pioneers. Facing Eric Mullinax, who has given up 5 earned runs on 6 hits in 2 innings. First pitch to Flood is bounced up there for a ball, 1-0. Flood singled to right to knock in a run back in the first inning. It'll be Flood, Ezra, and Hinton here in the third inning for the Pioneers. 1-0 pitch. High, 2 balls and no strikes. Windup and the 2-0 pitch. Low, 3-0. Three balls and no strikes. The pitch is there for a strike, 3-1. 3 balls and 1 strike to count to Murphy Flood. The pitch hit up the middle into center field for a base hit. So Flood is 2 for 2 in Game 2 after going 1 for 2 in Game 1. The Pioneers keep it rolling as they go here in the bottom of the 3rd inning with the leadoff single. Luis Ezra will come to the plate. Ezra flying out to left end the 1st inning. Tusculum with 7 hits in this game after 12 hits in the first game. First pitch to Ezra is lined into right field. That'll be a base hit. Flood will make the turn, but he'll hold on at second. And the Pioneers have runners at first and second with nobody out for the slugger Trey Hinton. Hinton, his last time up, hit his first career home run for the Pioneers. It was his 315th career at bat at Tusculum. And I guess the best comparison I can come up with is remember a few years ago when Bartolo Colon hit a home run for the Mets. It's kind of on that level. Just the unexpectedness of it all is always, well, he's not a home run hitter. He's not up there to hit home runs. He wants to hit a ball. He wants 100-mile-an-hour exit velocity. And that ball is flowing in 1-1. That's his goal. And we're notified that the home run had a 99-mile-an-hour exit velocity, so he didn't quite get there. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to Hinton. Mullinax checks the runner at second. The pitch, low and in, 2-1. Now that's the Trey Hinton game we know. Is the patient eye at the plate. ...112 career walks in his career. And he takes a strike there, 2-2. .473 career on-base percentage. In 2019, he was the NCAA Division II statistical champion in walks per game. Batting with a 2-2 count. The pitch. Back up the middle and through into center field for a base hit. Around third is Flood. He'll score. Ezra will hold on at second. And Trey Hinton has an RBI single. And the Pioneers have another run. They lead it 8-0. That was much more of a Trey Hinton type hit. Under the pitcher's glove and just past the shortstop in the center field for a base hit. And Tusculum now leads it 8-0. As Chase Woolen-Weber will come to the plate. Woolen-Weber doubled down the left field line his first time up. He scored in the 2nd inning on Martin's home run. Mullinax with a stretch and the pitch. Low and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Starting to get some activity now in the Limestone bullpen. Stretch and the pitch. Inside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count. The pitch. Outside corner, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count to Woolen-Weber. The 1-2 pitch. Popped up, infield, playable. Farkas towards the backstop, throws the mask, but runs out of space as he got close to the dugout area where Coach Brandon Steele stands. He just was out of room. And it's still 1 ball and 2 strikes to Woolen-Weber. Mullinex's 1-2 pitch is high, 2-2. Two balls and two strikes the count to Chase Willenweber. Pitch. Golf to left field. Cornell's going to fight the sun, but he has it lined up, and he makes the catch for the out. Runners will retreat, and that's the first out here in the third inning. Left field is always a tough sun field at this time of day. And here comes Dalton Martin. Martin has singled and scored and hit a 2-run home run. He's now 6 for 6 with 6 runs scored, 11 RBIs, 2 singles, a triple, and 3 home runs in this doubleheader. You've got 2 more guys out there on the base paths. The first pitch to him. Oh, he did it again. He did it again. Dalton Martin, have a day into the trees. Dalton Martin. His 4th home run of the afternoon. He's now knocked in 14 runs in this doubleheader. 5 RBIs in game 2. And Tusculum leads at 11-0. I have never. What a day for Dalton Martin. Those trees are out there. Easily 400 feet. We'll see if we can get a reading on that at the end of the half inning. 438-foot home run for Dalton Martin. That ball was crushed, and Tusculum leads at 11-0. 2 balls and no strikes to count to Ford, who scored 2 runs. The 2-0 pitch. Fouled away, 2-1. Dalton Martin has, in this doubleheader, has singled, tripled, homered, singled, homered, and homered. The 2-1 pitch popped up. Maybe playable, but not. It'll land on the netting. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count to Bryson Ford. Wind up in the 2-2 pitch. Fouled away. Two and 2 the count to Bryson Ford. Still only 1 out in the inning. Pitch bounces up there. Three balls and 2 strikes to count to Bryson Ford. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, got him. Third strikeout for Mullinax, 2 outs here in the third. Brandon Trammell will bat. Trammell's grounded out to first and struck out. He takes it 1 low for a ball. Want to know the count to Trammell. That one's in there for a strike, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike to count to Trammell. taken for a ball, 2-1. Wind up by Mullinax in the 2-1 pitch. It's hit towards the right side in shallow right field. It's played by the second baseman Rayner, but he won't have a play at first. And Trammell reaches on the infield single. 5th hit of the inning for the Pioneers. And Dalen Adderley will come to the plate. Adderley has doubled home a run and struck out. First pitch to him is check swing, taken for a ball. Elsewhere in the South Atlantic Conference, in Game 2, it's Carson Newman 10, Coker 3 in the 8th inning. As Carson Newman goes for the sweep. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. Catawba leads Anderson 9-1 in the 6th in Game 2. If Catawba wins that one, they will win the conference regular season championship. One and 1 the count to Adderley. The pitch, called strike. And Newberry and Lenore Ryan are 1-1 in the 3rd. That's going to be a 7-inning game since Game 1 went extra innings. One and 2 the count to Adderley. Trammell goes. The pitch is taken for a ball. The throw down is not in time. Stolen base for Brandon Trammell. It's his 4th stolen base of the day. Yes, it is. The Trammell's in scoring position. A 2-ball, 2-strike count to Dalen Adderley. Martin now has 47 RBIs this season, 11 home runs. He's tied for 2nd in the conference in home runs now, as Adderley fouls that one away. His 47 RBIs are 3rd in the conference. Stretch by Mullinax, and the 2-2 pitch coming to Adderley. Inside, almost hit him. It did hit him. It grazed him in the shoulder. And Adderley will take first base. And Zane Keener will come to the plate as Pioneers bat around. Keener has flied to left and grounded to 2nd. The first pitch is there for a strike. One strike to count to Keener. The 0-1 pitch is there for a strike, 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Mullinax with the pitch, high, 1-2. One-two pitch is low, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Molinax delivers. Outside, full count. Molinax up over 100 pitches already in the third inning. He's wearing one today, unfortunately for him. Runners will be off with the 3-2 pitch. Popped up, third base side. Drifting back into fair territory where Canty makes the catch, and the inning is over. For Tusculum, in the inning, 4 runs, 5 hits, and 2 left on base. After 3, it's Tusculum 11, Limestone nothing on the Pioneer Sports Network. Top of the 4th inning here at Pioneer Park, and Nick Flesher's been staked to an 11-0 lead. He'll go to the top of the order here. Wetzel, Evans, and Huber. As Tusculum leads it 11-0. 3 in the first, 4 in the second, 4 in the third for the Pioneers. This one's lined into right center field. It'll be a base hit. Trammell over to cut it off. He cuts it off on the slide, and he will hold Wetzel to a single. Nice play out there by Brandon Trammell as he slid to a stop and cut that ball off and kept Wetzel on at first base. Josh Evans will come to the plate. If it wasn't for Martin, Evans would be the one having a day as he's 4 for 4 in this doubleheader. He singled his first time up. That was just the second hit for Limestone in Game 2. As we saw in Game 1, they can swing the bats. First pitch from Flesher is cued foul. 1 strike to Evans. Carson Newman leads Coker 10-3 in the 9th in Game 2 of their doubleheader. Catawba leads Anderson 9-1 in the 6th. Flesher's pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes the count to Josh Evans. Flesher's pitch fouled away right side. No balls and 2 strikes, the count holds to Evans. Stretch the 0-2 from Flesher is outside 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Josh Evans. The pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. Tied him up on an inside fastball, and Evans goes down swinging. Third strikeout for Flesher, 1 out here in the 4th. And the first baseman, Benjamin Huber, will bat. Huber lined into a double play his first time up. Pioneer infield will look for 2 here. As Flesher delivers. There's a high chopper off of Adderley's glove, but there was nothing he could do. That'll be a base hit for Huber. As Flesher got the ground ball he was looking for, but just took that high chop, and Adderley just did well to knock it down. Be an infield single for Huber, and runners are out first and second with 1 out. For the left fielder, Alex Cornell. Cornell struck out looking his first time up. As we tick towards 6 o'clock here in the East. First pitch from Flesher to Cornell is lined to right field. Down the line towards the corner. It is gone. That is a 3-run home run opposite field for Alex Cornell. His 7th home run of the season, and Limestone is on the board. They trail at 11-3. As Cornell just drove that one down the right field line. The only question was going to be if it stayed fair, and it did. And Cornell has a 3-run home run. 7th home run, 35 RBIs now this season for Cornell. And Limestone trails at 11-3.
Right fielder, number 37, Brian Forbes.
So the Saints bats awaken here in the 4th inning as they push 3 across. Brian Forbes, the right fielder, bats. Forbes popped up to short on a nice play by Adderley, and he swings at the first pitch here and skies this one into shallow right field. Trammell is in and makes the catch for the 2nd out. 2 down here in the 4th, and the designated hitter Dylan Shugan will bat. Shugan struck out to end the 2nd inning.
The DH, number 38, Dylan Shugan.
Tusculum still with the lead, 11-3, as we play here in the top of the 4th inning. 2 more tomorrow. First pitch will be 1 o'clock. High, 1 ball and no strikes. Windup and the 1-0. Outside, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes. Flesher's pitch, hit to the screen, 2-1. Wind up the 2-1 pitch. Hit down the right field line. Trammell giving chase. Loses his cap, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. 3 runs for Limestone on 3 hits. Big hit, a home run by Cornell, and nobody left. Middle of the 4th, it's Tusculum 11, Limestone 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Dear college sports,
there's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
Bottom of the fourth inning, new pitcher for Limestone is the right-hander Jake Contino. Contino will take over for Mullinax. Contino making his 8th appearance of the season, no record, a 4.91 earned run average. 7 1/3 innings. He's given up 8 hits, 4 earned runs, walked 7, struck out 8, and opponents are hitting .290 against Jake Contino, a freshman, 6'3", 210 out of Mooresville, North Carolina. First pitch to Murphy Flood is fouled away, 1 strike. So Mullinax done after 3 innings. Through 101 pitches, 61 strikes, 40 balls. 3 innings, 11 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned, 3 no walks, 3 strikeouts. Hit 2 batters, gave up 3 home runs. 1 ball and 1 strike the count to Murphy Flood, who has singled twice and scored a run, knocked in a run. Contino's 1-1 pitch is bounced foul into the Limestone dugout, 1-2. Flood, Ezra, Hinton for the Pioneers here in the 4th. They lead it 11-3 in Game 2 of this doubleheader. Wind up the 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2. Two pitch is fouled away. Two and two the count to Murphy Flood. Contino's pitch in the dirt, check swing, no swing, and it's a full count. 3-2 the count to Murphy Flood. Payoff pitch, hitting the hole left side, base hit. Murphy Flood is 3 for 3, and he's a leadoff base runner here in the 4th. Tusculum's got its leadoff man on base all 4 innings today in Game 2. They also did it in Game 1. So this is the 8th offensive inning of the day for the Pioneers, and they've gotten the leadoff man on each time. That's part of the reason why they've scored 29 runs in 7+ innings. First pitch to Ezra is in the dirt, scooped by Farkas, 1 ball and no strikes. Ezra's flied out, single, and scored. Stretch in the 1-0 pitch, low and in, 2 balls and no strikes. Tusculum softball team leads Newberry 1-0 in Game 2 of their doubleheader. Newberry won the opener 10-4. Playing at Red Edmonds Field, just up from us. 2-0 pitch as the runner goes. This is a swing and a miss. And they're going to get interference on Ezra. As he came across the plate, he's going to be out 2 unassisted. And returning to first base is Flood. So Ezra came across the plate, didn't give Farkas a chance. So Flood's back on first, and there's 1 out for Trey Hinton, the designated hitter. Hinton homered and singled. He's driven in 2 and scored 2. First pitch to him is a strike. One strike, the count to Trey Hinton. Throw over to first. Back safely is Flood. Stretch the 0-1 pitch. Foul down the left field side. It'll go land just short or maybe in. Yes, it did land in the bullpen of Limestone. No balls and 2 strikes to Trey Hinton, right where he likes to have them. The 0-2 pitch, the runner goes, and he flares one into left field, and it's going to drop in front of Cornell for a base hit. Flood retreats to second as the throw comes in. And Hinton's 3 for 3. And Chase Wollenweber will come to the plate. The runners at first and second with 1 out. Wollenweber has doubled and scored and fly to left. Stretched by Contino. The pitch, the breaking ball in there for a strike. 1 strike to Chase Wollenweber. Dalton Martin waiting on deck. Pitch in there for a strike, 0-2. Nothing in 2 the count. The 0-2 pitch. Right there for a called strike 3. Wollenweber's out on 3 pitches, 2 down here in the 4th, and then bring up Dalton Martin. Now, do you walk him? Because I would consider it if I was Limestone. Martin has singled, homered, and homered. He's knocked in 5 in this game after knocking in 9 in the first game. They're going to pitch to him. Carefully, I would assume. First pitch. Outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Martin has 14 RBIs in this doubleheader. He's 7 for 7 with 4 homers and 14 RBIs in this doubleheader. And 7 runs scored. Stretch. The 1-0 pitch. In the dirt, 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count to Martin. The stretch by Contino. The 2-0 pitch is there for a strike, 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike, the count to Dalton Martin. Contino, the stretch, 2-1 pitch. Checks his swing, didn't go, 3-1. Three balls and a strike, the count to Martin. Flood at second, Hinton at first. Three 1 pitch, fouled away, full count. He was on that one. He fouled it back. It's a 3-2 count. Runners will be off with 2 outs and a full count to Martin. Jake Contino trying to get out of this 4th inning. He'll step off. Asks Farkas to go through the signs again. See what they do with him here. And they'll check the runners back to their bases. Three and 2 the count. Cantino sets. 3-2 pitch. Got him. Struck him out. And Cantino points to the bullpen as if to say, boys, we just got him out for the first time today. So Martin goes down swinging to end the inning. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left. After 4, it's Tusculum 11, Limestone 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. You're at the top of the 5th inning as Limestone's bottom third of the order will come to the plate. Devin Canty will lead it off against Nick Flesher. You have a 3-run home run to Alex Cornell last inning. That's a great job by Jake Cantino. That's 3-2 against a guy who's hit 4 home runs today, and he came right at him and got him. And tip your hat to the pitcher on a job well done. Canty popped up to second his first time up, and he lines one in right center field. On the run is Trammell, and he'll get there to make the catch for the out. So Canty hit it hard, and Trammell's now got the last 3 putouts for the Pioneers.
The catcher, number 21, Ryan Farkas.
And the catcher, Ryan Farkas, will bat. Farkas grounded to third base his first time up. First pitch from Flesher, swung on a miss, strike 1. Wind up in the 0-1 pitch. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Farkas. The windup and the pitch. Low, 2 balls and a strike. Catawba leads Anderson 10-1 in the 7th in Game 2 of that doubleheader. 2-1 is hit to first. Ezra has it on a big hop, and he'll wave off Flesher and tag the bag for the second out. 2 up and 2 down here in the 5th. And the second baseman, Kyle Rayner, will bat. Rayner lined out to right his first time up. Flesher's first pitch is a strike. One strike to count to Rayner. Swing and a miss, strike 2. The 0-2 pitch, checked his swing, did not go, no swing. 1-2 the count to Rayner with 2 outs, nobody on here in the 5th. Flesher's pitch fouled away, still 1-2. One and two the count to Rayner. Flesher's pitch is outside 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. Flesher's pitch just off the plate, 3-2. Three balls and 2 strikes. Back up the middle, under the glove of Flesher into center field for a base hit. So Rayner has his first hit of the day, and he's a 2-out base runner here in the 5th. 5th hit of the game for the Saints. And he'll go around to the top of the order for the shortstop, Trace Wetzel.
Number 1, Trace Wetzel.
Flesher will throw over to first. Back safely is Rayner. Rayner has 1 stolen base this season. Again, to throw over to first. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Wetzel. No balls and 1 strike to count. Flesher's pitch. On the outside corner, no balls and 2 strikes. Nothing in 2 the count to Wetzel with 2 outs and Rayner on at first. Off the glove of Willenweber, and moving up to second base will be Rayner. It is a passed ball against Chase Willenweber. So Rayner's in scoring position. Count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mars Hill has beaten UVA Wise in Game 2 of their doubleheader 10-9. So Mars Hill sweeps that doubleheader. 1-2 pitch. Little check swing, grounder to third. Ford will throw across the diamond in time for the out, and the side is retired. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We're halfway home in Game 2. It's Tusculum 11, Limestone 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Bottom of the fifth inning here at Pioneer Park. Tusculum leading 11-3, and Bryson Ford will lead off the inning for the Pioneers. First time today he's led off an inning. He's reached on a fielder's choice, been hit by a pitch, struck out, stolen 2 bases, scored 2 runs. The first of those 2 stolen bases, setting the school career record for steals with 52. He takes a strike. The 0-1 pitch, grounded up the middle. Rayner to his right, he's got it. He's going to have to get up and throw, and not in time. Is safe at first base is Ford with an infield single to start the 5th inning. Catawba has beaten Anderson 11-1 in 7 innings in Game 2 of that doubleheader. So Catawba has clinched the SAC regular season championship. They are finished at 24-6. Ford goes, the pitch bounces up there, and stealing second base standing will be Bryson Ford, his 3rd steal of the day. Trammell has grounded out, struck out, and singled and stolen a base. Anderson is now done. They are 10-20. One ball and no strikes to count to Trammell. The pitch low. 2 balls and no strikes. So it's going to come down to tomorrow for Limestone, Coker, and Mars Hill. 2-0 pitch, high, 3 balls and no strikes. Anderson is out of the picture now, I do believe, with those 2 losses. 3-0 the count to Trammell. Contino's pitch is high, ball 4. And Dalen Adderley will bat. Adderley has doubled, knocked in a run, scored a run, struck out, and been hit by a pitch. So Tusculum with 2 on and nobody out here in the 5th, leading 11-3. Ford goes. The pitch is off the glove of the catcher, and it'll be a double steal. Or it's definitely a steal for Ford. Either way, it's runners at 2nd and 3rd, nobody out for Adderley. The 0-1 pitch. In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike. It is a passed ball to allow Trammell to move up. He was not running on the pitch. Ford was. He gets a stolen base. His 4th stolen base of the game. 1 shy of the school record of 5. 1-1 to Adderley. Hit to right field. Forbes going back. Tagging at 3rd base is Ford. He'll make the catch. Trammell tags at 2nd. He'll move up to 3rd. And Ford will score standing on the sacrifice fly from Dalen Adderley. 2nd RBI of the day of the game for Adderley, his 17th of the season. That's now 12-3 Tusculum. And Zane Keener will bat. Keener is 0 for 3 in this game. He's flied out, grounded out, and popped up. Limestone playing the infield back. Check swing and a strike. One strike to Keener. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Nothing in 2 the count to Zane Keener. The 0-2 pitch. Line foul. Look out. Nobody's sitting there, fortunately. Is it a strike or a foul ball? And the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. High, 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Golfed down the right field line. It is hooking foul into the Tusculum bullpen on a hop. Count stays 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes to count to Zane Keener. Up the middle into center field for a base hit. So Keener gets his first hit of the game, driving home Trammell with the run. And the Pioneers are up 13-3 here in the 5th. Murphy Flood, the left fielder, will bat. Flood is 3 for 3. He's singled. He's not going to run in the first. Singled and scored in the third. Singled in the fourth. Flood's average now up to 342. Stretch by Contino in the pitch. Pop foul, 1 strike. Newberry leads Lenore Rhine 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th inning in Game 2 of their doubleheader. The pitch, fouled away. Carson Newman beat Coker 10-4 in Game 2 of their doubleheader to get the sweep. So Carson Newman now 18-10. Coker drops to 12-13. Stretch the 0-2 pitch. Low, 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Murphy Flood. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and missed. No throw. He's going to call interference again. They're going to say Flood came across, and if he does, that's a strikeout double play in the inning. Oh, they're just calling to call him out and send the runner back to first. So we've seen that play twice now. So there's 2 outs, and the batter is Ezra. Ezra is flied out, singled, and he was also called out on the interference. One ball and no strikes. The runner goes, and the pitch is fouled away. 1-1 strike the count to Luis Ezra. Throw back to first, and safe is Keener. The stretch by Contino. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. And this time they say Ezra did not come across the plate. It is a stolen base for Keener. In any case, it's 1-2. Stretch by Contino. And he'll look Keener back to second base. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. So, another strikeout for Contino, his fourth since he's come in the game. Tusculum gets 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits, and there's 1 left on base. After 5, it's Tusculum 13, Limestone 3 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Top of the 6th inning here at Pioneer Park with Tusculum leading Limestone 13-3. Jim Miller with you this afternoon from Pioneer Park. Glad you could join us on the Pioneer Sports Network. Tusculum winning the opener 18-8, and they lead this one 13-3 here as we go to the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Evans, Huber, and Cornell due up against Nick Flesher, who's allowed 3 runs on 5 hits through 5 innings, thrown just 67 pitches so far as he looks for his 4th win of the season. Just like Gunnar Becker in Game 1, he's been staked to a 10-run lead. See how he can fare here against the heart of this lineup. Cornell, who's due up 3rd this inning, has the big blow of the game for the Saints, a 3-run home run back in the 4th. First pitch to Evans is bounced foul past first. Evans has singled and struck out in 2 plate appearances, batting .373. Flesher with the wind and the 0-1 pitch. It's just off the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Pitch bounces up there. It's 2 balls and 1 strike to Josh Evans. Fletcher with the windup, the 2-1 pitch. High and outside, 3-1. Wind-up 3-1 pitch is high, ball 4. Evans draws the leadoff walk here in the 6th inning. And I'll bring out the first baseman, Benjamin Huber. Huber has lined out and singled and scored a run. The first pitch is outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know the count to Huber. Flesher's pitch is lined to left center field. That'll be in for a base hit. It'll go all the way to the wall in a couple of hops. Keener retrieves the ball. Rounding third at Evans, he will get the green light to score, and he will standing up as Huber has an RBI double, and it's 13-4. Huber's 46th run batted in a season. So the Saints get one back here in the top of the 6th. And again, for the second time today, Tusculum will send Jonathan Nelson down to the bullpen. Alex Cornell, the batter. Cornell has struck out and hit a 3-run home run. Low for a ball. That home run, he sliced down the right field line, and it just inside the foul pole. Or fair pole, depending on how you view the terminology. Flesher's pitch, cued towards second. Martin will have it. He'll throw on to first, and Cornell's retired as Huber takes third. One down here in the 6th. The right fielder, Brian Forbes, will bat. Forbes has popped up and flied to right. Just 2 games left on the schedule today in the South Atlantic Conference. This one is hit foul into the Limestone dugout. Newberry and Lenore Ryan tied at 2 in the 6th inning of what is it going to be a 7-inning game. Newberry won the opener 6-3 and 11. The 0-1 pitch is outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count. This one is driven to left center field. That's going to be extra bases. Huber will coast home, and rolling into second base with a stand-up double is Forbes. His 28th RBI of the season, his 6th double of the year. And the Saints have those 2 runs back. And it's now 13-5. And we are going to have a pinch hitter for the designated hitter. It's Michael Roberts. Roberts, a senior, 6'1", 220 out of Mount Airy, North Carolina. He is 3 for 7 this season. It's his 7th game, but he does have a home run and 2 RBIs. First pitch is a ball. Been working the handy calculator here in the last couple pitches. And so far as I can tell, the 1-0 pitch is high, 2-0. If Tusculum wins this game, they will be locked into second place. Because Newberry wouldn't be, even if Newberry would sweep tomorrow and Tusculum would get swept, they don't have enough games in to catch them in terms of winning percentage. There's a strike. If Tusculum wins this game, they'd be 23-7. The worst they could be was 23-9. The best Newberry could do would be 20-8, which is not good enough in winning percentage. Assuming Newberry beats LR, if that doesn't happen, then, well, it doesn't matter anyway. The Tusculum win would give them second place. This pitch is fouled down the right side. Ezra giving it a look, but it will land out of play. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The team that's more interested in seeing Newberry lose is Wingate. They're finished at 20-10. So if Lenore Ryan wins game 2, there's nothing that the only team that could catch them from behind would be Wingate or Carson Newman. It's a ball, 3 balls and 2 strikes. But the conference will have all their permutations on that. The fact of the matter is, a Tusculum win here, and they know they're number 2. They can just go into tomorrow, get ready for the postseason. Limestone's going to have to go into tomorrow trying to have it tomorrow after that. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Got him. Second out of the inning, and that's the 4th strikeout for Nick Flesher. 2 down here in the 6th. Limestone does not come back to win this game. They would be 12-17. They'd be a half game ahead of Mars Hill, who plays UVA Wise in a doubleheader tomorrow. Wise is 3-25 in the conference. The pitch to Canty is a strike. Limestone's going to have to find a way to get a win tomorrow. Try and get into the postseason. And even that might not be enough. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Canty. But we'll see. That's tomorrow. You can't control what happens tomorrow. You can only control what's happening in front of you. And for Tusculum, it's a 13-5 lead. And now 13-6. As that ball is singled to center field by Canty, and Forbes will score. 3 runs in the inning for the Saints. RBI single by Canty, his 9th RBI of the season. And we'll have another pinch hitter, this time batting for Farkas, will be Brandon Banks. Banks is a junior, 6'2", 210 out of Rock Hill, South Carolina. He has played a bunch this season. He's started 16 games. He is hitting 174, but he has 5 home runs and 12 RBIs. Undoubtedly, he'll stay in the game to catch.
Correction, pinch hitting for Limestone will be number 22, Brandon Banks.
First pitch to Banks is in there for a strike. One strike the count. The pitch is taken outside, 1-1. One ball and 1 strike the count to Brandon Banks. Lined over the glove of Ford into left field for a base hit. Flood will be over to cut it off. Around to third is Canty as the throw comes into second, and there's runners at the corners now with 2 outs as Banks delivers a pinch hit single. Time is called as Tusculum coach Brandon Steele makes his way to the mound. Nelson has been throwing down there in the bullpen. Flesher's giving the Pioneers a good 5 2/3 innings today. But maybe the end of the day for him. And it will be as the bullpen door opens. And Flesher will depart. A little dejected. He threw pretty well, but gave up a couple hits in the 6th inning. Had trouble with that middle part of the order. And Flesher will depart. He gives way to Jonathan Nelson. We'll have the deets on Nelson when we come back as Flesher gets a well-earned round of applause. 13-6 Tusculum on the Pioneer Sports Network. New pitcher for the Pioneers is right-hander Jonathan Nelson. Nelson, a redshirt freshman, 6 foot, 175 pounds, out of Carnes High School in Knoxville. Nelson making his 4th appearance of the season, no record, a 6.75 earned run average, 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs. He's walked 4, struck out 3, opponents hitting .400 against Jonathan Nelson. Nelson will be called on to stop the bleeding here as Limestone has scored 3 runs in the inning and they have 2 on with 2 outs, trailing 13-6. And it'll be another pinch hitter for the Saints as Matt Hildebrandt has a bat. Hildebrandt, a senior, 6'4", 270, out of Bowmanville, Ontario. That is someone's large adult son, I'll tell you what. Matt Hildebrandt. He has 3 home runs this season, 7 RBIs, a .222 batting average. He steps in with runners at first and third, 2 outs. First pitch to him is big hack, no contact. Hildebrandt 8 for 36 this season. He has struck out 12 times. One strike to him. Nelson's pitch. Taken for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Hildebrandt. Stretch in the pitch. Big swing, no contact, 1 and 2. One and 2 the count to Hildebrandt. Nelson's pitch, chopped foul down the first baseline, still 1 and 2. One and 2 the count to Matt Hildebrandt. Canty, the runner at third, banks on at first. Nelson with the delivery. On the outside corner, called strike 3. So Nelson comes in and cleans up after Flesher. The Saints get 3 runs in the inning on 4 hits, and they leave 2. Middle of the 6th in Game 2 of our doubleheader. It's Tusculum 13, Limestone 6 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
I pledge.
I am an NCAA student athlete.
And I pledge to be a champion of unity
on my team, on my campus, and in my community.
I pledge to embrace differences and strive for inclusion and collaboration.
I pledge to stand against racism, hate, and discrimination.
I pledge to strive for love, care, and forgiveness.
I pledge to stand against silence, deceit, and obscurity.
I pledge to strive for dialogue, truth, and understanding.
I pledge to stand against fear and doubt.
I pledge to strive for trust and belief in one another.
I pledge to stand against complacency and stagnancy.
I pledge to strive for change and growth.
I commit to supporting my fellow student athletes in all circumstances that impact them.
I commit to both choosing unity personally and encouraging it for all.
I pledge these things because we are stronger together.
United as one.
We're off to the bottom of the 6th inning with Tusculum leading Limestone 13-6. For the Saints, Grant Bellinger comes into the game to catch, replacing Banks. And the new second baseman is Connor Sibbald. One strike to count to Trey Hinton. Pitches up and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Hinton hit a home run his first time up, his first career home run. Then he singled and singled again. He's scored 2 runs, knocked in 2. Now batting .333. He takes that one for a ball. 2 balls and a strike to count to Hinton. It'll be Hinton, Woolen-Weber, and Martin here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-1 pitch. Line down the right field line. That is a fair ball, and one hops the fence. And into second base with the double is Trey Hinton as he stroked that one down the right field line. Hinton's now 4 for 4. And he's a leadoff base runner here in the 6th inning. I think he might have gotten his 100-mile-an-hour. He's going to leave the game on that swing. He gets a hug from Dalton Martin. What a day for Trey Hinton. 4 for 4 in Game 2 of this doubleheader with 2 singles, a double, and a home run. And he will depart. Wes Reynolds will run. So Reynolds on at second base now with nobody out. 16th hit of the game for the Pioneers. And the batter's Chase Woolen-Weber. He's doubled, flied out, and struck out. He bounces this one foul past third, 1 strike to Woolen-Weber. Newberry and Lenore Ryan tied at 2 as they go to the top of the 7th and final inning of Game 2 of their doubleheader. Contino's pitch is taken for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count to Woolen-Weber. Swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 the count to Chase Willenweber. The pitch. Foul to the screen. 1-2. Count holds. The 1-2 pitch is high. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Willenweber. Takes low. 3-2. Three-two pitch. Hit to third. Off the glove of the third baseman, Canty down the left field line. It'll be a base hit. It'll be a double for Willenweber. As in to score is Reynolds. And the Pioneers have back-to-back doubles. And they get one of those runs back. It's 14-6. Willenweber with his 32nd RBI this season, his second double of the game, 12th of the season. And Dalton Martin will bat. Martin has singled, homered, and struck out. Contino struck him out to end the 4th inning. Don't think Martin hasn't forgotten that. First pitch to him. Popped him up, foul, and it's going to be into the dugout. As it was right by the steps of the dugout, and unable to make the play was the catcher Bellinger. 1 strike to count to Dalton Martin. One strike to count to Martin. The pitch. Hit towards second. Staying with it is the new second baseman. That's Sybil. And Martin's out for the second time in a row. Willenweber takes third with 2 outs. And Bryson Ford will come to the plate. Ford has hit no fielder's choice, been hit by a pitch, struck out, singled. He has scored 3 runs and he's stolen 4 bases. Contino's pitch is there for a strike. The final line on Flesher, he went 5 2/3 innings, gave up 9 hits, 6 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. As this one is grounded to third, Canty has it. His throw across the diamond is in time to get forward by a half step, and the inning is over. Oh, no, check that. That's the second out of the inning. But it's a run. I lost track of the outs that time. I wrote down that Martin was the second out of the inning. He was only the first out. So Ford gets an RBI. And it's 15-6 as Ford knocks in a run, his 39th of the season. As coming in to score is Willenweber. So Brandon Trammell will bat with 2 outs. Flesher, 5 2/3 innings, 6 earned runs on 9 hits, 4 strikeouts, a walk, 91 pitches, 63 strikes, 28 balls. He is in line to get the win if Tusculum hangs on for the final couple innings. This one is skying down the left field line. It is playable, but unable to be played. And Trammell has new life. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Pioneers have scored 33 runs in this doubleheader in 10 turns at bat. Tusculum softball leads Newberry 5-1. They go to the top of the 7th in Game 2 of that doubleheader. It's a big game for the Pioneer softball team. 1-1 pitch off the glove of the catcher, Bellinger. 2 balls and a strike. Big swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wind up by Contino, the 2-2 pitch. Look good, call the ball, 3-2. 3-2 the count to Brandon Trammell. The windup and the 3-2 pitch. In the dirt, ball 4. And Trammell draws a 2-out walk. Second straight time he's walked.
Shortstop number 1, Dalen Adderley.
And Dalen Adderley will bat. Adderley has doubled, struck out, been hit by a pitch, and his sac fly is knocked in 2. Contino will set the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. The Tusculum's leading by 9. The 10-run rule goes into effect after 7 innings of play. So Trammell would be the potential 10th run. Well, he would be, but Pioneers are going to play this like they want to get him home, as it's bounced foul past third, no balls and 2 strikes. I guess what I'm driving at is don't be surprised to see Trammell try and steal a base even with a 9-run lead, because the Pioneers would love to get that 10-run margin, then just need 3 outs in the 7th. Of course, Limestone's got the top of the order coming up, and those guys are swinging the bat pretty good, so nothing is guaranteed. 0-2 the count to Adderley. Trammell dives back into first safely. The stretch by Contino. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt. Blocked. Trammell moves up on the wild pitch. So he's in scoring position with a 1-2 count. One and 2 the count to Dalen Adderley. The 1-2 pitch. Bounce that one again. Blocked by Bellinger, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls and 2 strikes the count to Adderley. Contino steps off. Pitch inside, 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count to Adderley. Adderley hitting 464 this season with runners on base. It's ball 4. And it's 3-2 pitch. Adderley draws the walk, back-to-back walks for the Pioneers. And we are likely going to get a pitching change here. And we're going to get the lefty to face Zane Keener, who's due up for the Pioneers. So Contino will depart after he went 2 2/3 innings. Runners on base are his responsibility. And we'll have info on the pitching change when we come back. It's 15-6 Tusculum on the Pioneer Sports Network. Pitching change for Limestone as we're here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The new pitcher is left-hander Brandon May. May, a senior, 5'11", 200 pounds, out of Blythewood, South Carolina. Making his 4th appearance of the season. He's pitched in 3 games for a total of 1 inning. He's faced 9 batters in those 3 appearances. Giving up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, a walk, and a strikeout. Opponents are hitting .667 against Brandon May. And it will be Keener to bat for the Pioneers with 2 on and 2 out. The Pioneers leading at 15-6. They've out-hit Limestone 17-9 in this game. Newberry has scored 3 runs in the top of the 7th. They lead Lenore Rhine 5-2 in Game 2 of that doubleheader. The final game, or the final inning of that game. Runners go. The pitch is taken for a ball, and it's a double steal as Trammell steals 3rd and Adderley steals 2nd. I was going to say, I don't know how many stolen bases the Pioneers have in this game, so I'm going to look it up. They now have 8 stolen bases in this game after stealing 6 in the first game. The 1-0 pitch to Keener is inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Tusculum's softball team has beaten Newberry 5-1, a big victory for them in Game 2 of that doubleheader. 2-0 to Keener, the pitch. Taken for a ball, 3 balls and no strikes, as Trammell was about a third of the way down the line at 3rd. Three balls and no strikes to count to Keener. On deck is Murphy Flood, who is 3 for 4. The pitch. High, ball 4. 3 straight walks by 2 different pitchers. Loads the bases for Murphy Flood. And we're going to have another pitching change. May was in to face one batter and walked him. And now we're going to have another pitching change. It looks like they got the side armor ready to come in the ballgame. We'll have details on him when we come back. It's 15-6 Tusculum on the Pioneer Sports Network. New pitcher for Limestone in the bottom of the sixth inning is the right-hander Alex Canino, a 5'6" sophomore from Blythewood, South Carolina. He is making his sixth appearance of the season, 3 2/3 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He has a 2.45 earned run average. He throws ball 1 to Murphy Flood, who is 3 for 4. Canino working off the extreme third base side of the rubber and comes at you from a sidearm angle. That pitch is inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Two and 0 the count. Pitch on the outside corner, 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1 pitch is lined into center field and is in for a base hit, and it gets past the center fielder, Evans, who fell down. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Flood's around second. He's heading for third. They pick it up on the warning track. Here comes Flood. The throw to the plate is late. It is an inside the park grand slam for Murphy Flood.
Go home! Go home! Go, Bert!
Murphy Flood lined into center field. Evans slipped and fell, and it's an inside the park grand slam for Murphy Flood. And the Pioneers now lead at 19-6. Evans went after the ball, slipped and fell, and it got past him all the way to the wall. And by the time Cornell could retrieve it from left field, Flood was already at third, and he circles the bases for an inside the park grand slam. The second slam of the day for the Pioneers. What a moment there for Murphy Flood, his second home run of the season, as Ezra fouls this one away. No balls and 2 strikes. And Tusculum now has a cushion as they try and invoke the run rule in the top half of the 7th inning. The 0-2 pitch is inside 1-2. The line is closed on Contino. He gave up 2 2/3 innings, 6 earned runs on 6 hits, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. May gives up an earned run in the only batter he faced. The 1-2 to Ezra is off the plate, 2-2. So the Pioneers have 4 home runs in this half of the doubleheader. They've hit 6 home runs today. That one the most unusual of them all. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and he's out on strikes. But the Pioneers get 6 runs in the inning, doing so on 3 hits. The big hit, a grand slam by Murphy Flood, and nobody left on base. We go to the top of the 7th. It's Tusculum 19, Limestone 6 on the Pioneer Sports Network.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess.
An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
off to the top of the 7th inning in game number 2, and Tusculum can put this one away if they can get 3 outs before Limestone gets 4 runs. It is the top of the order, though, for the Saints. Wetzel, Evans, and Huber due up against Jonathan Nelson, who came in and got the final out of the top of the 6th inning. First pitch is swung on a miss, strike 1. So Flood now 4 for 5. With a grand slam and 5 RBIs. The 0-1 pitch, fly ball center field. Keener backtracking to the track, and he makes the catch. A hard hit ball by Wetzel for the first out of the 7th inning. Flood's grand slam was the first for the Pioneers since Dalton Martin hit one about 3 hours ago. And Bryson Ford, the senior third baseman, getting a acknowledgement as he is going to be removed for a substitute as Jaden Stiegel coming into third base. So Ford getting a round of applause here. Of course, tomorrow will be the final home games for this group. But today's senior day, and Ford getting a proper send-off from his teammates. And the batter will be Josh Evans. Evans has singled, struck out, and walked. Nelson's pitch, foul to the screen, 1 strike. Teams will be back at it tomorrow for 2. First pitch, 1 o'clock. Newberry still leads Lenore Ryan 5-2 in the 7th, 1 out. As Newberry trying to get the sweep, which would all but lock up 3rd place for them, or 4th place, I should say. They still have a shot at 3rd. 0-2 the count to Evans. The pitch swung and missed. And Evans is out on strikes for the 2nd time today. 2 outs in the 7th, and another substitution for a senior as Coach Brandon Steele comes out. And getting the chance for a curtain call here. Definitely be a new catcher. And a new second baseman as well. As Will Drake will come in to play second base to replace Dalton Martin. And Blaze McCauley will come in to catch.
And Will Drake takes over at second base for number 5, Dalton Martin.
So Martin and Woolenweber depart as they have senior days to remember for sure. And the last chance for the Saints is the first baseman, Benjamin Huber. Huber is lined out, singled, and doubled. First pitch to him is taken for a ball. So the Pioneers on the cusp of a doubleheader sweep, which would lock up 2nd place in the South Atlantic Conference. 1-0 pitch. There for a strike, 1-1. Limestone, meanwhile, will drop to 12-17 with the doubleheader loss, and they've got Mars Hill coming up from the back. And Limestone's going to have to try and win 1 tomorrow, and maybe have to win 2. 1-1 pitch is bounced up there, 2 balls and a strike. Two balls and a strike, the count to Huber. Nelson's 2-1 pitch. Bounced foul at 3rd. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. As Nelson looks to close this one down for Nick Flesher. This one is hit towards short. Adderley has it on the backhand. Long throw across is not in time. There'll be a base hit for Huber, his 3rd hit of the game. And Alex Cornell, the left fielder, will step to the plate. Cornell has struck out, hit a 3-run home run, and grounded out. First pitch is a strike. One strike to count to Cornell. The next pitch is high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Lenore Ryan has tied Newberry with a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 7th. They're 5-5. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Alex Cornell, as the Pioneers try and finish off this victory here this afternoon and finish off the sweep. The 1-2 pitch, fouled away, still 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes the count to Alex Cornell. The 1-2 pitch. Hit to short. Adderley's got it on the hop. He's going to win the bag to race to the bag at second base. And the Pioneers get the victory and get the sweep this afternoon, winning by a score of 19-6 in game number 2. We'll have the totals and a recap for you of this one when we come back. It's Tusculum winning 19-6 on the Pioneer Sports Network. Back here at Pioneer Park, where Tusculum has swept the doubleheader from Limestone, winning Game 2 by a score of 19-6. For Tusculum, they finished with 19 runs, 18 hits, no errors. They left 6. Limestone, 6 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors. They left 4. The winning pitcher, Nick Flesher, now 4-0. Eric Mullinax takes the loss. He is 1-3. The scoring in the game, just like the first game, there was plenty of it. Tusculum opened the scoring in the bottom of the first inning as Dalton Martin scored on a pass ball. Dale and Adderley had an RBI double, and Murphy Flood had an RBI single to make 3-0 Tusculum. In the bottom of the second inning, Trey Hinton hit his first career home run to make it 4-0. Then Martin had a 2-run home run to make it 6-0. And then Ford stole third and scored on a throwing error to make it 7-0 after 2. In the third, an RBI single by Hinton, followed by a 3-run home run by Dalton Martin, made it 11-0. Alex Cornell hit a 3-run homer in the top of the fourth to make it 11-3. Pioneers got 2 back in the bottom of the fifth on a sac fly by Adderley and a RBI single by Zane Keener. Limestone got 3 in the top of the sixth, back-to-back RBI doubles from Huber and Forbes, and RBI single by Canty made it 13-6. Pioneers got 6 in the bottom of the 6th inning. RBI double by Chase Woolenweber, RBI ground out by Bryson Ford, and a grand slam inside the park grand slam by Murphy Flood, which made it 19-6 Tusculum, the final score in the game. For the Pioneers in Game 2, Trey Hinton was 4 for 4 with a double, a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Murphy Flood 4 for 5 with a home run, 5 RBIs, and 2 runs scored. Dalton Martin 3 for 5 with 5 RBIs, 3 runs scored, 2 home runs. Bryson Ford was 1 for 4, but he stole 4 bases, scored 3 runs. Tusculum's the team, 8 stolen bases in game number 2 of that doubleheader. Nick Flesher gets the victory, 5 2/3 innings, and 6 earned runs. Jonathan Nelson got the final 4 outs to close it out for the Pioneers. With the win, Tusculum improves to 27-9 overall, 23-7 in the South Atlantic Conference. Limestone drops to 14-20 overall, 12-17 in the conference. These teams will meet tomorrow for a doubleheader beginning at 1 o'clock first pitch from Pioneer Park. We'll have video coverage only for you on the Pioneer Sports Network. 1 o'clock first pitch tomorrow between Limestone and Tusculum. With the victory, the Pioneers have clinched second place in the South Atlantic Conference standings. Limestone will be battling for its postseason lives tomorrow when they take on the Pioneers in games 3 and 4 of our doubleheader of our series. Games 3 and 4 will be the second of the 2 doubleheaders tomorrow, starting at 1 o'clock. That'll wrap it up for Pioneer Park. For more on today's games, visit our webpage at TusculumPioneers.com. For our producer, Corey Sedgwick, for Dom Donnelly, Jessica Biggers, Doug Page, and everyone who makes this possible, I'm Jim Miller. Once again, your final scores today, Tusculum 18, Limestone 8, and Tusculum 19, Limestone 6. Have a great evening, everyone, and we'll be back here tomorrow for more baseball action on the Pioneer Sports Network.